Well, I've been very active in the St. Louis community for many years, both as an actress and as a director. I've directed at different companies, including Kirkwood Theater Guild, well, maybe half a dozen productions, both mysteries and comedies and dramas. I enjoy all kinds of theater, so I'm delighted to be a part of this year's production. When I first read this script, it made me laugh, and that's a wonderful thing. I have to admit I'm also a snob, and I was intrigued by the fact that it was based on a story by Oscar Wilde, who, as most people know, was a very sharp critic of society and societal norms, and had a very strong wit, very divisive wit sometimes. And I wanted to see what would be done with one of his old stories. This story was first written in the 1890s. It was meant to be a satire of the customs of the day and many of the social conventions, and I think some of the lines in this show are just killers. I enjoy that. It also has its fair share of physical comedy, almost bordering on slapstick, so I think this is going to be really a fun project to work on for both me and the actors. I think this show is going to be a great time for the audience. I know that the Kirkwood Theater Guild audience is going to love it. But selfishly for myself, I know I'm going to enjoy working on it, and I know the actors are too. It's a sharp satire, lots of colorful characters. Every character in it is very individual, very colorful, and it's a satire of so many social conventions that still has much relevance today, even though it's modern day United States. So I have no doubt that we're going to enjoy doing this and that the audience is going to enjoy it. As an auditioner, I feel your pain. I audition myself. I know it can be unsettling and nerve-wracking, but I would encourage all auditioners to enjoy the process. This is part of the process. Have fun with it. What I'd be looking for as a director of this show is people who believe in their characters. I want them to fully commit to the character and the circumstances that are given to the character. I think it will only be funny if you really believe who you are and what your circumstances are and play it with all-out gusto. So I would encourage auditioners to be bold, to go for it, and to have fun. When people ask me about my rehearsal process, I think it's fair to say that I consider myself an actor's director. And by that I mean that because I do act a lot, I know what I want as an actor. What I want as an actor is feedback from the director. I crave feedback. And so that's what I try to give my actors. I watch what they're doing, I tell them what I see. And when they can hear that, they know whether what they thought they were projecting was working or not. And if it wasn't, we make adjustments. I will say I come in with a pretty clearly defined idea of what the show's supposed to be, what the setting's supposed to be. I try to get it on its feet as quickly as I can, because I think that gives the actors parameters in which to work on their craft and to work on character development. I expect my actors to be grounded in the circumstances of the play, the circumstances their character has been given. I expect them to respect the relationships their character is having with other characters on the stage, and I want to help them develop objectives in every scene they're in. What is their character going for? Those are the kinds of things we'll work on, and I think that's true for comedy, drama, anything you're doing. General guidelines, I am kind of old school. I tend to block the show. I always tell actors, and I really mean it, I want their ideas, I want their creativity, but I want to get it on its feet quickly so that we can really do the fun work of character development and relationships and timing and all the rest of it that comes later after the actors have done their work, learned their lines, to be fair both to themselves and to their fellow actors. So I guess that's my rehearsal process. I hope everybody will come and see this because I think they're going to have a good time. If you have any doubts about auditioning for it, come and give it a shot, because you never know what you're going to find in it. I think there's loads of fun for every single character in this show. They are all unique, they are all colorful, they all contribute to an ensemble show that is really going to be a lot of fun. So please come out.